I've been waiting a while to make this video. Now, Luke Belmar is yet another Andrew Tate clone, and honestly, he started to pop up on my feed more and more outside of the usual streams of stupidity. It seems like he's starting to break quarantine and go into the normie route of people just making fun of his stupid "I studied bro" meme.
So I heard Tristan Tate was coming into town. Tristan Tate. What's the first thing I do? Duty free. Duty free. What's the first thing I go buy? Johnny Walker Blue. You like Johnny Walker Blue?
No, I don't drink it anymore, actually.
Me and Tristan, Johnny Walker Blue in the war room. Why? Because I fucking studied.
So, for the sake of interest and my own interest, let's go ahead and look at some of the dumbest and most stupid videos I've seen of Luke Belmar. And remember, although this person is very dumb, although this person is very stupid, they are very, very intelligent because they have decided to basically embrace and use the Andrew Tate grifter model. That model being that you make a minimal effort post, whether it be a podcast or a video, you show how successful you are driving your Bugatti, and then from there you go ahead and funnel them to your Discord course. You say, hey guys, this is how you become a millionaire. It just so happens the way you become a millionaire is reposting my videos to your social media, all 1 billion of you. From there, all these people, the crypto kitties, people who are unemployed, video editors, and spam masters, spam upload to Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. So much so in the case of Andrew Tate that they just banned him because it was literally just Andrew Tate-gram at that point. But people like Luke Belmar, Jay Weller, and other individuals who use this model, they still get their content out there, and if you scroll far enough, you'll see some of their videos. And no matter what, if you see a meme enough times, it'll eventually become a meme, despite it being forced, just because that's how the internet works. The more familiarity there is, the more forced memes there are. But enough bullcrap, enough chit chat. Let's get straight to the meat and potatoes and start off with the absolute chef's kiss video of Luke Belmar, which would be his steady bro meme.
Tristan Tate pulled up a video, his favorite whiskey, Johnny Walker. What do I do at duty free? Fucking Johnny Walker. That night, sipping the fucking Johnny Walker in the war room by myself with him, chilling. Why? I studied, bro. I knew what he liked. Dude, every guy that I want to get into the room with, I know as much as I can about them. Like, I'll go up and be like, yo, bro, how did the... And I'll drop something that he did last week. How was it? Oh, shit, this guy's paying attention.
I absolutely love this glaze. I absolutely love the fact that this guy, like so many grifters, basically use Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate as the Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit of the cringe trinity, where he literally unironically dictates how to glaze someone professionally, figure out what they like, figure out what they like to eat, what they like to drink, what movies they like, go watch that movie, go eat that food, go drink that drink, become a literal copy of this person, become everything that they like. They bring up a joke, you laugh at it as hard as you humanly possibly can. They sit down and say, my feet are killing me, you start rubbing it, you start sucking them toes, you start to be a professional glazer to the point that you literally become a social pariah, a literal leech that attaches to their tea and sucks until they're happy and very, very proud of you for being a professional glazer. This dude makes me so happy and so sad at the same time. Again, as mentioned, he's one of these people that pushes their content out there by other people spamming it. So it's really disgusting to say that he has some type of form of success through this, enough to continue doing it. But at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like, it's so evil and so nasty, yet it's so intoxicating to watch and just hate binge. And it's just beautiful, dude. And the thing is about this guy is that he literally is an Andrew Tate clone. If you follow Andrew Tate in the beginning, he would always say cringy, like shocking things just to get people talking.
If you're broke, if you're not a millionaire, the last thing you should be doing with your time is cooking. I can't think of a lower ROI activity than walking to the fridge, getting out some ingredients. Ooh, an onion. Well, let me get the onion. I'm gonna start cooking. Fridge, ooh, onion, and some lettuce. Now, the knife, get my knife, cut my onion, cut my onion. You're broke! You're fucking poor!
And there is no real difference between this guy and the playbook that was used in the past, as was shown in this next video, where he literally unironically compares veterans of military men to OnlyFans models.
There is no difference between being an OnlyFans model and a soldier. No, the Patriots. you're still selling your body. You're just selling it to somebody else. Have you not seen the military contracts? You're sold. You're a piece of property. That's why they call them boots on the ground and not humans. That's why they call them casualties and not people dead. Expendable resources for the military-industrial complex.
I've never had my brain and my ideas challenged to such a degree. I honestly am thinking that this person might actually be literally unironically a super genius, because he just compared people who were in the military to OnlyFans models. But I kind of wonder why he didn't take it a step further by saying, you know what, if you have a 9-to-5 job, you're selling your time, you're selling your body. It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. Now, here's the thing, right? That sounds sacrilegious. That sounds like something that really is a sin in and of itself. But when you're on a different spectrum of genius as Luke Belmar, you actually start to realize that religion, God, morality, these are all social constructs, and that really once AI takes over, you won't really have to worry about this anyway.
Just wait till somebody creates an AI that puts Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha all into one, and people start worshiping the church of AI. Watch it, flip this. No. Motherfuckers in Japan already have virtual girlfriends in the metaverse. Yeah. Remember, 50, 100 years ago, very few people were talking about cell phones. 20, 30 years ago, people were talking about the internet changing the world, and everybody called them freaks. And that's what we use it today.
Genius, absolutely genius. I think that one thing that I kind of like about that edit is the fact that the person put the peace and blessings be upon him for the Prophet Muhammad, which tells me that they're a Muslim. So whoever the editor is, mashallah, very good job. I personally am very stupid and I don't understand AI enough. I personally just kind of like don't get it. But that's actually not a bad thing, because again, not only is AI going to basically replace religion, I mean that's pretty much for the most part going to be just a fact, but AI is going to replace everything. AI is going to replace pretty much everyone's jobs, and there's really no reason to even think. And that if you're going to school to get a degree or get a job, you might as well quit now.
So the people that are studying school right now for what, engineering? I met a kid and he's like, yeah, I got a 4.2 GPA in high school, like super proud of his degree, like high scores. He's like, I'm about to go to one of these private universities and study engineering. I'm like, okay, perfect. By the time you get done engineering, you get all your degrees, you're set. It's 8 years from now. Will artificial intelligence replace your ability to be an engineer in 8 years? And he got mad. He got mad because I presented a plausible scenario as to why his career path was maybe not the best one.
Yeah, it's a tough pill to swallow. When your brain isn't as big enough as Mr. Belmar here, you might get offended. You might even get a little up in arms, but the problem is that you don't have the mindset that he has. You're someone who literally works a minimum wage job and could never think of buying an expensive product because you're locked into the wage cage. And you know, again, I don't need to explain any further because he already knows this. He already did this. He already explained this better than I could ever do.
If we go into the Louis Vuitton store and I go with somebody that makes $1,000 a month, they're going to look at a Louis Vuitton wallet that's worth $500 differently than me. Because to me, $500, it didn't require any time, energy, or intention for me to make it. This person, it required 2 weeks of time, energy, and attention, so they'll value the wallet in direct proportion to the amount of effort and labor that it took them to produce the necessary energy to purchase that wallet. Right. Hear me clearly. You don't buy things in life with money. You buy things in life with the time that it takes you to make that money.
Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely amazing. I never really thought about the fact that in order to buy things with money, you actually need to work to get that money. I never really thought about that. I just kind of always got allowance from my parents and things just kind of worked out. It's pretty insane to think that someone is so intelligent. I kind of wonder, how is it that he's so smart? Like, if I wanted to be like 1% as intelligent as Luke Belmar, what could I do? Like, who does he look up to?
Your mentors? I have two. One that is no longer alive, and then one that is still alive. One that is no longer alive, Leonardo da Vinci. I studied da Vinci a lot because at his time, he was considered a crazy man. Now we revere him as a genius, but at the time he was misunderstood. Da Vinci has this incredible quote. He says, "To develop a complete mind, study the science of art, study the art of science. Learn how to see, realize that everything connects to everything else." What does this mean? He understood that he could study art in a scientific way, and he could study science in an artistic way. and that what he was told reality wasn't the way that it was. Maybe we perceive reality by the constructs that we've been given. If you want to develop a complete mind, you need to develop multiple aspects of your life.
I love how he starts off by saying he has 2 mentors, but yaps so much it can't fit into the short. So we'll never know who else he reveres. I'm assuming it's Tristan Tate because he's the person that he studies a lot for. By the way, this person says studies a lot. Study this, study that, study this. And for someone who says AI will replace everything, he sure does do a lot of studying. But that's my inner brokey coming out. You heard what I just said. That was hate. That was absolute hate. And me personally, I kind of wonder, you know, how rich and how successful is Luke Belmar? Because with Andrew Tate, he'll tell you he has 4 Bugattis and he's got all these different things. But for him, he doesn't really reveal it too much. And I kind of wonder why.
Can I ask you how much money you have? Like, what's your net worth?
I'm not going to tell you. No chance. That's one of those things where I will never disclose how much I'm worth, because I've learned a lot about how Asians move with regards to money. Money's energy.
Yeah.
And the moment you begin to expose that energy, right, people start to understand how powerful or how weak you truly are. So numbers, we'll keep them private. Let's just leave actions to speak for themselves.
Nice, yeah.
That's the name of the game. You guys will see it. Give me a year.
Unrelated to this, completely different, let's look at a video where he talks about how rich he is.
You don't need millions of followers. You just need 300 dudes that'll go to war for you. Think about it. 300 dudes. Everybody nets $1 million a year, which is super easy to do. Now you have a network that's worth $300 million in its first year. The next year, it's worth 600. In 10 years, you have a $3 billion network. How do you think the rich people operate? They're operating in this manner. You need to be able to move in a group, because when you're with a lot of people, you can multiply a lot quicker.
And what's amazing about this is that he's so rich and he has so much money, and so many people are waiting to sign up and get scammed by him. I mean, learn from him, that he literally has a back order of people trying to join his network.
If I go broke today, I can make $1 million next week. I have a 9-figure community. So I have a 200,000 person wait list to join Capital Club. I have 20,000 people already there. All I would have to do is send a message and be like, I'm doing an event in Miami, yacht day, 50% margins, sell 50 tickets at $1,000. I already have 25 grand in the bank account. 25 grand runs me 3 months. I can have enough cash flow to be able to set up a business plan. All it takes is strategy and planning. It's very simple. It's doing the same thing of what's already worked. People go broke because they do the same thing of the wrong thing. You want to get rich? Do the same thing of the right thing.
You, as the viewer, might be a little salty. You might even get a little bit mad, but that's natural. You're a loser. You're a natural born loser. And again, I don't need to say anything because Luke Belmar already thought of the situation and has the perfect retort for you.
How many people can you call up and be like, yo, can you wire me $1 million? I'll send you, I'm good for it. Oh, you don't have those friends? I do. So I can tell you it's real. Oh no, there's no way. That's because you're a peasant. You don't understand these things. And in due time, be quiet. Think more than 4 seconds before you speak. Don't be reactive. Be proactive. Listen, maybe I'm not wasting my time here. Maybe I'm trying to teach you something that's good for you.
Absolutely amazing. Now, again, you might be mad. You might be upset. You might be looking at your bank account right now and see that it's negative. But don't get up in arms, because Luke Belmar not only exists to sell you a course that will tell you how to repost clips of him on different podcasts that no one watches, but he also does give these actual pieces of advice during these podcast visits. So, for example, one question that was asked to him is, how can we, the brokey peasants, be as popular, as successful, and as in the money as Mr. Belmar? And this is one thing that he had mentioned.
I want to get the fuck out of the matrix. What do I do realistically? What are my first steps?
Go do some push-ups.
Push-ups?
Yeah, go do some push-ups. If you can't do push-ups, how are you supposed to do anything else in life?
The push-ups.
Go do them. Go do 50 push-ups a day for 30 days. Well, you think you're going to run a multi-million-dollar business? Oh yeah, but look at all these guys. Yeah, the example is just establish discipline in some area of your life.
Dude, I love this guy so much, because every time I want to talk smack about him, I actually realize that I'm just an idiot. I'm actually just a dummy. And what's amazing about him is that, much like the Andrew Tate route of basically yapping about nothing, he literally has videos that I can't even tell you what the point of it is, what it basically brings to humanity as a whole. It literally is just a soul-sucking void of time and energy. And that's why I'm going to replay it for you, because I had my time wasted and hate it so much so that I need others to look at it and also boo in accordance.
So no fun snack?
No, bro.
You don't eat a bag of chips ever?
Never, bro.
You're lying.
Never, bro. Would you cheat on your wife once?
No.
Why?
That's cheating.
Because it's disgusting. Why would you cheat on yourself?
I want to say having a little bag of chips.
Yeah, and having a little side isn't that bad either. Remember what the Bible says. If you do not take care of the temple, God will destroy it. It's in the Bible. And if you believe the Bible, well, then you better start taking care of your vessel.
See, this is one of those things where I actually start to respect him, because it's not only him talking about you shouldn't eat snacks, but he actually goes on to say a revolutionary statement, which is to say that you just shouldn't eat.
What was the last time that you were like, I feel hungry, I'm not gonna eat?
On a plane. I couldn't move.
So let me tell you this one, bro. What if what you're experiencing isn't actual hunger? What if what you're experiencing is addiction?
Holy, you're right.
Yo, absolutely amazing, absolutely awe-inspiring. I can't really understand like why or how these pieces of information exist on the internet. It's one of those things where it really scratches your head, and for some reason I love it. I absolutely love seeing videos of this guy reposted over and over again talking about how, are you actually hungry? Is it addiction? In what reality would you ever say that series of sentences? Like, why would you say that? Why would you promote that? Why would you even put that out there? And for me, the thing that really gets me is that this all started off from him basically trying to mirror Andrew Tate. And ironically enough, I honestly don't know why he loves Tristan Tate so much. Like, he has multiple videos where he'll be literally glazing Tristan Tate to the point that's uncomfortable. So much so that I think that he's just not invited to the war room anymore to talk with Andrew Tate or Tristan Tate, which is hilarious. But at the same time, it does make you think, like, how did this guy ever get any type of clout? How did this guy ever get any type of following? Because it seems like everyone he talks to, aside from Fresh and Fit, who are awed by his stupidity, like, doesn't really like him that much.
Broke in the pocket. Your favorite car, bro?
The red one, the Aston Martin.
Tristan thinks well, guys. Critical thinking, I fucking love it. Very rare.
See what I mean? Like, how is it that you literally glaze to the point that you're not even talking as a human being? You're just making statements and sentences and putting it together. And I guess because shorts and Instagram Reels and TikTok is so brain dead, you get away with it. But I really do like picking apart and looking at information on the internet in a normal view, because in all reality, this is retardation in its purest form. It literally is retarded. It should not exist. The fact that YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Reels allow this garbage to float around, get thousands of views, thousands of likes, thousands of interactions, blows my mind to the point that it really makes you think, like, if you just put it out there, it'll do numbers. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, there's literally a video of this guy talking about his favorite water bottles, and that's it. Like, that's the whole video.
What's a bottled water that's really good you recommend?
You can do Mountain Valley spring water. You can do Evian.
Evian, I love Evian.
Yeah, those are good ones.
It's good.
Fiji? No.
It's okay.
Nope.
And there's people talking about it. There's people saying how stupid it is, which helps the algorithm push it. There's people saying how smart he is and people aren't listening, which there's none of that. But at the end of the day, I really wonder, how is it possible that you just don't care? Like, you just push this information out there, you put your face out there, and you literally become this character, or in all reality, maybe you are that stupid to just push out absolute nonsense. And the thing that gets me is that in the research of me finding all these Luke Belmar clips, finding all these Andrew Tate orbiter clips, I actually did see some other people who are like aspiring Andrew Tate clones. Like, this guy's an Andrew Tate clone, but there's people who aspire to be this. Like, there's like young kids who are like 13, 14 that, because my algorithm got so cooked, I started getting recommended them, doing the same thing, talking about how they're not built for the matrix, talking about how they're not built for a 9-to-5, talking about how they need to invest in crypto, and talk about how they need to make a Discord course quick in order to scam anyone who follows them. And it's pretty insane to think that this actually created a culture of scammers and grifters. There's not that many, because mathematically speaking, somebody somewhere has to actually work to create money. It can't just be all a bunch of people yapping online to create a Fortune 500 mega company. But it really is something that makes you curious to wonder, how is it that this exists? How is it that it actually gets the numbers that it gets? Because there's so many different things that are stupid, dumb, and absolutely a waste of time, but they're not posted to this degree. They're not reposted to this degree. They're not memed about to this degree. And it really is a great example of what happens when no type of dignity meets absolute perseverance. Because in order to push this type of content, I think you need to just basically not care about your self-image. Like, you don't mind looking stupid.